I knew I had some demons I was fighting, and if I could get, like I said, I'm such a like I rock so hard with God, bro. Like I know if I could get closer to Him, I could get this devil up off me. You know what I'm saying? And I could be the best version of myself, and that's what a real, the real just the real lock in came from because you know what I mean. I just knew I wanted more, and when you know you want more from yourself, you got to be real with yourself. And I just really was just like, bro, just quit the. All right, you let this go, but you're still doing this. This ain't as bad as this, but it's still slowing you down, bro.
Yeah.
When you know if you let this all go, you gonna be 100. And I just made that decision one day, bro. Like, and it came from a few episodes of life saying, nigga, I'm gonna show you some shit. And I knew if I wasn't under the influence, I wouldn't have probably even been in that predicament or been in that situation.
Mhm.
So, you get hit on the head a few times in that aspect, and when it comes from such a close space, from however that situation might have happened, and it's coming from such a close space to where it's just like, one, I don't ever want to deal with that again. Two, I know if I was in the right mindset, I probably wouldn't even been around this or even let it in my circle, let it in my space. Some is unstoppable. Like some of the that happened to me, it was just God showing me what it was. And if I didn't go through it, I wouldn't have saw it. And I'm happy that, and I'm grateful that it happened. But the sobriety aspect of it was just me just getting a full, clear lens on life and just really just saying, I'm gonna get all I can get out of this.
Welcome to the chaos.
You've been in the industry for like 20, 30 years?
25 years, like professionally.
Out of everybody you work with, what's one of your favorite memories from a studio session, and who was it with?
Favorite memories from a studio session?
Because I mean, from your press kit, it was Lil Wayne, Quincy, Dre.
Those are a lot of people I'm influenced by.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been in the studio with some of those people you named, but my influence comes from a lot of those people. But most notable sessions, I'll be honest with you, the sessions I'm in right now with my brother Akon are just iconic. I've been in the studio with, fortunate to be in the studio with, some of your favorite artists, producers, writers, you name it, but nothing has matched the connection, the way that the way that we rock in the studio, just the experiences alone that I have in the studio with Akon are some of the most iconic moments that I'll never forget.
Is it just the way that you work together, like your personalities match, or is it?
It's
like
everything.
Musically?
It's the way that he works, the way that we work together, the way that I study. I'm a student, so I've studied the greats. I've been fortunate to be around in the studio with legendary producers. I've been in the business, like I said, I grew up in this industry. I was born into this thing pretty much, but it's like being as a kid, being around the Dr. Dre's and the DJ Quiks on the West Coast to the a lot of your favorite producers, you know what I mean, and to see it keep evolving to where it's at now, and to be able to see the way that Akon moves. I say those are probably my most iconic sessions. We've been locked in since August. We've been locked in before that, early 2023, like in and out the studio, but like hard body, like going hard this last year. We're going on where we at? We're going on to June now. So yeah, we've been going hard almost 11 months, 10 months straight.
Man, you got a rich history. Musically, how did you find like your style? Like, how long did that take to like this is press play? When you hear this song, you know it's press play.
You know what, bro? It's crazy. I'm always evolving, but my we call it my knock. My knock's been there since since I was a teenager. I don't know. I represent the elements of hip hop in its entirety. So I've always had that influence of just raw production, and it's stuck with me from the DJ element to the breaking element to like I said, like that hip hop has always played a crucial part in who I am and how I develop my sound and the R&B, and of course there's other genres as well. But the basis of it has always came from that boom, that knock, that hip hop.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was your was your biggest influence as you were on the come up and even now?
Sheesh. Biggest. There's a few. I can't put that on to like just one person, but first person that jumps out, out of my head is Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. That's hands down. Like, unfortunately, like I said, I've been able to study OG since I was a teenager. So yeah, he's been like I said, like a heavy influence that I've been able to see and touch and see and feel, like, on like just from a direct point of view. But then there's influences everywhere, from Quincy Jones to DJ Premier to DJ Quik to your newer producers, man. I'm influenced by a lot of cats, but my initial, like you said, like who was my main influence, just off the top, Dr. Dre, Quincy Jones, like.
So you would say, like, you were there, like, were you in the studio with Dre? Like, did he teach you anything?
No, I've been in the studio. Yeah, no, I've been in the studio, but this is, like I said, I've never been. I studied, so when we came up, there was no like, this is how you do it. Yeah. You just had to learn. You had to watch cats and then figure it out from there. So I was from the school of hard knocks. You know what I'm saying? And then if you had something that people recognized, that's when the acknowledgement came.
Yeah, and you started hard when it was like everything was analog, right?
Bro, I started on drum machines.
The drum machines
and
and
keyboards
records
and vinyl and shit. There was no DAWs. There was no pro.
Yeah,
there was no pro. There was no laptops. We wasn't lab what?
I remember. You're right. I don't know if you saw the Wu-Tang series on Hulu.
Yeah,
when they were showing him like. All like the way that he was mixing in his basement,
bro. I come from that.
Mean?
I come from that. That's that. You had to really figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's you still got to figure it out now, but it's so easy to figure it out. When we was making these beats coming up, bro, like it was really like hand to pad. It was fingers to keys, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was figuring out these notes, we was digging in the crates, we was going to the store to get the vinyl to hope there was a dope sample on there, you know what I mean? Now you just turn on the laptop and you go digging still, but it's so much.
Are there some tracks that you've worked on recently that you're like, yo, I'm just gonna do this old school because it gives it a bit of a different feel, or you've kind of like just moved on and now it's just basically laptop Pro Tools?
I'm still old school. I just adapted to what was, how to make it and create it, but the sauce is the sauce. The sauce comes from that. You can't duplicate it. That's why my music hit the way that it hit now. You know what I mean? Because I come from that element. You know what I mean? When you had to really touch that shit. You know what I mean? So I'm doing it like you hear my now. You think, you know what I mean? Like, I was back on some beats I make. You think I was on an SP 1200, but I just know how to make it sound like that because I've been doing it that long. You know what I mean? So you think I was on the MPC, and I still rock with a Kai. I still make beats on everything. Like, don't get it messed up. Like, just because I have a laptop, I'm a producer. So I got drum machines and I got real analog keyboards. I got drumsticks. I got real instruments. Like, I really do this. Like,
yeah, I was gonna ask, were you self-taught with your
instruments?
Like,
everything's self-taught.
How many different instruments did you have to learn?
Drums and keys. But I around with a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm just musically inclined, I was a kid running around the studio just picking up instruments. That dude.
Not the right.
And figuring it out as you go, man. That's
we're gonna figure this out.
Let me ask that, because your first number one was with Ice Cube.
That I never got credit for, so we can get into that. You know what I mean? That's part of my documentary, but yeah, no, I was definitely a part of this, the structure of that whole record at that time. But yeah.
So in that record, it was a lot of the old school, but that was back in the day. So it was
that record was done on an MPC 60. It was done on an MPC 60, but it was finished in Pro Tools. And at the time in '99, Pro Tools was not it wasn't used like that. But the production team I was signed to, he was just more advanced. So yeah, we was like at that time what we're doing now with making beats like in Ableton. Like I make beats in Ableton, but I dump them into Pro Tools. You know, we was making beats on the MPC and all of that shit, and then dump them into Pro Tools. But back then it was not common. You know what I'm saying? It was just they still was dumping the tape. You know, was still making beats and just still jumping them to tape still. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. When you're making your music, are you like the type of musician that you hear something in your head, or like you hear
100%.
a sound in the environment and like
it just goes
100%. I could hear some shit in my head. You can kick me some vibes, or you know, inspiration comes with anything. But you know, I literally remade a beat from the homie whistling the other day. You know, and he just sent me a dope whistle melody, but that melody turned into a chord progression, which turned into guitar pieces, which turned into a full production, and now we got a record out of it. So,
man, I love the art of music. It's like you're literally
crazy.
like creating something out of just something you hear in
oh
your
no,
head,
yeah,
you
it's
know?
out of it's out of thin air.
It's out of thin air.
It's out of
It's
thin
like you
air.
almost see it as you're building it.
You're
And, like,
painting. You're definitely painting.
Yeah, and like I've been fortunate enough to be in the studio with Press Play while he's doing it, and it's like there's so much going on around him, people smoking, chilling, but he's just like locked in.
Yeah.
Just like zoned in and just getting everything done. It's like you just don't even with him. You're just like, oh, he just goes. But it's watching an artist at work, man. Like it's really dope to see. Like most times I'm just kind of watching what he's doing because I'm like, one, I want to learn, but two, it's just
that's how I came. Yeah, that's how I came up, bro. You had to just be over the shoulder.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
watch.
Like and be happy that you was even. You must have did somewhere you was in that to get in that room.
In that room, yeah.
You know what I mean? So be blessed with that. And then figure the rest out. Like, what's your purpose? What's your, you know what I mean? What we doing? Like, okay, I'm about to study. Okay, that's what I'm on. I'm about to learn, and I'm still studying, bro. I learned the dope about me and Akon is that we teach each other to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like studio, like you think you've been in the game that long and you know that all, you know it all. It's still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, music is constantly evolving. The process is constantly evolving. Genres are constantly evolving. So it's like you got to evolve to continue to stay relevant in the game too.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
That's super dope. So like you're known as one of the hardest working people in the industry.
Yes, sir.
So like, where does that mental clarity and focus stem from?
Bro, where does it stem from? It stems from me having no choice but to go hard. You know what I'm saying? When you make it through obstacles I've made it through, and just the places I done made it out of. You got no choice but to go hard, bro. So I know that I'm here for a reason. I don't take it for granted. So I just know that if I'm waking up every day, there's a reason for it, and I gotta take advantage. I gotta seize the moment, and make the most of it. And making the most of it to me is going hard every day. You know what I mean?
But was there a specific moment that changed your mindset, or was your mindset always to go hard? Or?
No, I've been a beast since I was a kid. Everybody know me since I was a teenager. They always like, yo, that kid, he's special, because I just always had this. They used to call me the beast. No, they used to call me the animal back then, and since then I've evolved from the animal to the beast, and I'm press play. You know what I'm saying? I'm a monster. Khan calls me a monster.
I mean, the way you operate is definitely monster. Yeah, like I was just saying, man. Like it's wild to just be in the studio and there's a party going on around him, but like it's like it don't exist.
Bro, I'll be honest. That's why I'll be honest with you, bro. That's when me and Khan reunited. That's the environment he first saw me in, and he was like, "Oh shit, this boy like he's locked in like that." And it's like when you can cut through all the and see something and see the jewels like right there. Khan ain't, he don't smoke, he don't drink, he don't do none of that. He's very observant. So I know that was one of the moments where he was like, "Oh, it's something special about this kid, because this ain't tripped." And it was I'm talking about, he'll tell you, it was a 3-day extravaganza going on, non-stop.
Well, you're the real chef, man. You're watching your ingredients, making sure the right goes in. You don't want anything to burn, you know.
Yeah, man, and like, yo, man, like you are an icon in this industry, right? And a lot of people look up to you in that aspect. So like,
Thank you.
if you're open to talk about some of the struggle you have been through to
Of course.
inspire some people that are like, you know, going through it, and like, yo, man, I can relate to what Play was saying. I'm struggling through that too. So like, what are some of the tougher struggles that you really had to overcome?
There ain't nothing I haven't went through. There ain't nothing I went through that, you know. There isn't nothing I haven't faced. Let's say that. Whatever you think you made it, you think you might have went through in any aspect to get to where you're trying to get to, I faced it, seen it, did it, done it, and probably worse than what you might have thought it was. I've struggled with everything from addiction. I've battled everything from, you know, bad deals, bad management, you know, bad relationships, you know, betrayal, you know, everything you could think of. And, you know, the main sauce, the main ingredient to me was God, and he playing a factor that I knew I had to keep going. And it was more to it than what I was faced with. So whatever you think, like, there's nothing I haven't faced that I haven't made it out of, that most people that's trying to make it to something, when you a dreamer, when you know you are an entrepreneur, whatever, nothing comes easy. And if you know what I'm saying? You know how this go, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you name it, you know what I'm saying? I might have faced it, bro, and I'm still moving.
And like I said, it's so admirable. And if you wouldn't mind if we could talk a little bit about the addiction, because that's something I went through.
Oh, bro,
I'm going on 2 years sobriety, and I'm fortunate enough that, like,
I'm going on 3 years. 3 years no alcohol.
Hell yeah, bro.
10 years no. 10 years no substance abuse.
Hell yeah, bro. It makes such a massive difference.
Yeah.
And like, I have a support team. The Konvict Culture team was so supportive of me and like always checking up on me when I was in rehab, and it was amazing.
Man,
so proud of you too, man. And like, yo, thank you all for the support. So like, what is it that you learned about going through addiction, and why being sober brings so much clarity? And like, I know Con is as well, and like, I've heard him talk about how it just helps its focus.
You ain't never had to worry about the that we talking about. He caught the memo quick. He like, no. No, man. You said what
like, your struggle with addiction, like, yo, mine, it was really hard to like come
it?
out of it. But then, like, finding the right people and like being an entrepreneur and knowing, like, yo, man, I want this so badly and I have to get sober for it to happen. Like, what was the thing that got you through your addiction?
Because I put it to you like this, bro. Like, I was already, like I said, I was already a beast, and I knew I had some demons I was fighting. And if I could get, you know, like I said, I rock so hard with God, bro. Like, I know if I could get closer to Him, I can get this devil up off me. You know what I'm saying? And I could be the best version of myself. And that's what a real, you know, the real, like, just the real lock-in came from. Because you know what I mean? I just knew I wanted more. And when you know you want more from yourself, you got to be real with yourself. And I just really was just like, bro, just quit the bull. All right, you let this go, but you're still doing this. This ain't as bad as this, but it's still slowing you down, bro.
Yeah.
When you know if you let this all go, you're going to be 100. And I just made that decision one day, bro. Like, and it came from a few episodes of, you know, life saying, I'm going to show you some shit. And, you know, I knew if I wasn't under the influence, I wouldn't have probably even been in that predicament or been in that situation. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you get hit on the head a few times in that aspect, and when it comes from such a close space, from, you know, however, you know, that situation might have happened, and it's coming from such a close space to where it's just like, one, I don't ever want to deal with that shit again. Two, I know if I was in the right mindset, I probably wouldn't even been around this shit, or even, you know, let it in my circle, let it in my space. Some shit is unstoppable. Like, some of the that happened to me, you know, it was just God showing me what it was. And if I didn't go through it, I wouldn't have saw it. And I'm happy that, and I'm grateful that it happened. But the sobriety aspect of it was just me just getting a full clear lens on life and just really just saying I'm gonna get all I can get out of this.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
I mean, for me, it's made the biggest difference. Like once I've been working on all this for years, but once I got sober, that's when it clicked, man.
Bro,
like,
I'm telling you, once I got I'm talking about the bull. Once I let it all go, bro, it was like, whoa, okay, I see what's happening. My wife came, life came too, but all these the blessings started to add up, and it was blessings that not a lot. It wasn't more like material blessings, even though that stuff came true, but it was life blessings, like internal blessings that was happening within, growth in myself, and that all came from getting sober. And when that happened, the light clicked on, and then everything started flowing from that, bro, and it's still flowing. Like, I see so much clear, you know what I mean?
It's another level of beast mode.
It's just another level it's the glow up, the grow up, bro, the blessings. It's just, they ain't stopping no time soon.
Nah, man.
I can tell you that.
Did you ever, musically and creatively, did you ever fear, or did you ever think that being on substances helped you create, and then in the process of trying to let that go, did you ever think like, can I create in a sober mental state?
No, I always worked. I always knew I was dope. Humbly speaking.
Yeah.
But I even like when I was partying and I was drinking and all the other shit, I was the beast you see in the studio. That was me just on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And on that created on that environments. And that's where the got crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the talent ain't going nowhere, but the people around me had to.
Yeah.
Because it was, I don't give a if I'm in another city, another state, another studio, it's still the same just different environment.
Right.
You got to be real with yourself, bro.
That's awesome, because once I got sober, I was like, yo, I don't know if I'm able to write the same. I wrote
that's what I was thinking.
That's mine, bro.
I had to get past that.
But
you
got to realize it was instilled in you before there was any of this other man-made that we pick up and we put in our bodies. God to put that in you, bro. Like, that ain't going nowhere. You just got to tap back in.
And that it was interesting because I wrote a bunch of you guys have all heard some of my stuff, and then I was going through it, and then once I started writing again, I was like, I got this. I'm like, oh, this actually comes out better. I was like, damn, I like this more because it's more clarity. It's more clarity. Yeah, dude.
You're clear.
And it's like you said, like when you are locked in and it's a gift from God, like you're not making that connection fuzzy.
Bro, like I said, I've had great success throughout this 25, 26 year run, but it ain't like what I'm about to do and what I'm doing. Like, the music I'm creating right now, bro, has outdone anything I've ever produced before, and I know that's because of the way I'm connected and the clarity and the vision and how clear I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fog nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's no haze. There's none of that. It's just pure focus. Like you see it. Everybody sees it. That's we're talking about it now. But I don't even really do all the talking. I just let the work speak for itself.
And the work is incredible.
I don't even be out like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on my way to the studio soon as we finish with this.
You ready to go right now?
But that's the other thing when you get sober and clarity. It's like you said. Like I got more time to work because I'm not going to the party. I'm not going to the club. I'm not heading out.
The party stopped for me a while. The party stopped for me a while ago, but the partying didn't stop. I bring the party to the studio. I didn't have to be in the club. My records are in the club. My records are still in the club now, but I'm not. You're not there. I'm sober, and I still around and hit the club. Whatever. Let me say, I'm not no party or nothing, but it's a social thing if I do want to step out, and I know, what I'm saying, that the vibe is right, the energy is right. Me and my wife want to step out, the team want to step out. Yeah, we gonna do what we do, but for the most part, I'm in the studio, bro. You can't catch me out like that.
Yeah, it's not weird. I mean,
I've done it.
I was with you. We all went to the Akon concert, and everyone was going out to the club after. You're like, nah, I'm not going there. I'm going back to the studio. And he went back to the studio, and I went home to bed. Everybody went to the club. He went to the studio. I went to sleep.
And guess who? Akon was back at the studio too.
Right after the show, yeah. And that show was so dope, man, to be at one of Akon's concerts with the whole team. Like, it was really cool, man. Shout out to Ace for letting me come through. Like, that shit was dope. But there was something you said though that, like, especially in this industry and everything, people look at the accolades, right? And you said that there was so many blessings internally.
Oh, bro.
Speak on the importance of that to you, because people think that it means something to win all these things, but it's like that inner peace is the most important thing you can achieve in this world.
Bro, let me tell you this. Peace is priceless. There's no dollar amount. There's nothing you can put on peace. It's priceless. Yeah. When you get it, you hold on to it. I finally got it. It ain't going nowhere, bro. It took a while to get it, though. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. And then when you look back at it, you're like, damn, I had everything to do with the chaos. You know, so.
And you controlled it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, check this out.
Chaos control, man.
Chaos control.
Well, that's the history of the podcast.
Yeah.
Because we worked in the nightlife industry, and that that it was like it was a void that just sucked us in, and we didn't know that we were suffering.
Oh, bro, I was there.
You know what I mean?
was there. Yeah, I was a DJ for years, so I know all about it.
Right.
What was it like DJing in nightclubs back then?
Dope.
Yeah. much better than it is now.
We had fun.
We want to talk about that. We had a great time, man.
We had a good time.
Nightlife sucks now, but like,
Bro,
it was so much fun.
Mother danced.
Yeah,
But
before bottle service was a thing and took
over.
over.
Before motherfuckers started mean mugging and just looking at each other and.
What were some spots you DJ'd at back in the day?
All Hollywood, anything Hollywood related. But I came up back in the house party days before I was even like this is deep rooted, bro. I was a DJ in the house parties before I think I was DJ. I DJ'd my prom. I was in the 7th grade DJ in the prom and the crazy shit. I don't know how this even happened. The homecoming. I DJ'd the homecoming, bro. Yeah, so going from that to doing the house parties to damn near every club in Hollywood, to tour DJing, to all of that. It was all a part of the elements, that added to being I want to say one of the dopest producers in the game right now.
I love how you said it with so much. I mean, he's not wrong, but I love the confidence that exudes, right? And it's like, if you really want to be, like we talked about it with some other people, like that delusional confidence as you're coming up, that delusional confidence turns into that incredible confidence that like, yo, nobody can touch me.
Oh,
I'm great at what I do, but you're also like, when you say it, you're so humble about it too.
You gotta be
you're
humble.
You're not saying it cocky. You're saying it because it's the facts.
This is
but there's a lot of humility to it.
It's confidence. It's humble. It's confidence. It's humility. It's understanding. It's alignment. It's a few elements that's attached to it.
Yeah, it's all the stuff that you went through that like just strengthened you. Like all the hardships. Like for me, it was this accident. After. Before my accident, I was always scared. I'm an actor, and I was always scared of auditioning. I'm like, well, what do they think of me? Like, I'm not good. And then after this, I was like, man, I almost died.
And you still
like my life. This is my chance.
Yeah.
So the first audition, I went in there. I was like, what's up? It's like, it's not like that, but
No, I can relate.
I went in there with that energy.
No, I can relate.
And that energy booked me that part. And then from there, I'm like, none of y'all know what I've been through,
bro. That's I can relate.
So I take those, like, I might not be the best actor in the room, but the that I've been through, I'm gonna bring it here, and you're not ready for it.
Because you're focusing on what matters. Like you made it. You like you said, you could have died, but you didn't.
Yeah.
When you come out at something that could have ended all of it, you look at things entirely different.
Sure.
And I've been what, 1, 2, 3, my third. Four experiences that I wasn't supposed to come back from, and the most recent one was 2023, flying off the 15 freeway, and by the grace of God, I don't know. I was one of my fears was always going off the side of a freeway, and it actually happened to me.
Damn.
I pushed myself chasing my dream, trying to get to where we're at right now, and in doing that, sleep caught up with me, stretching out, trying to just make it, one more hour to Vegas, and, for a Chris Brown session, knowing I could have just waited till the morning, but I just said, you know what, this is my dream, this is what I got to do, and next thing I know, I'm waking up off an impact from the car, going off the side of the freeway, and if there wasn't a ditch and sand and something to catch the car, I could have went into the other traffic. That could have been total. Or if there wasn't anything there, I could have just went off the cliff.
Damn.
But the fact that I stopped, woke up on impact from the car, was able to I couldn't personally get the car out of the ditch, but I was able to walk away from that. And then not only walk away, I actually was able to get assistance. They helped me get the car out, the ditch, the whole and long story short, I made it to that Chris Brown session, bro, but that was a situation that most people don't walk away from.
Nah.
So you went off the cliff and then went and still produced a session?
I went and still kept it, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's beast mode.
3 tracks.
But that happening, did you look back on and be like, okay,
that's when
I gotta slow down a little bit?
No, that's when I said focus on what really matters,
Yeah.
because I knew at that moment, like, most people don't walk away from that, bro. And like, I'm looking at the line of there's still a line of traffic on the 15, so I don't know how like, when I look back at that shit, and I'm talking to my wife or this shit, like, I don't know how to because right before I came around that corner, there was just a cliff, and it was just whatever that was down there. And by the grace of God, like, when my body shut down, I was in traffic. So when the car, that was one of the things that saved me. When I did go off the side of the freeway, my eyes were closed, so I didn't wake up to like the car actually hitting the sand ditch or whatever. But bro, when I tell you, that's like some your life flashing in front of you. Mm-hmm. Because you know what I'm saying, it's not like I'm under the influence or no shit. I don't drink at this time. I've already been sober over, alcohol free for over a year at this point. I ain't smoking. I'm not doing that. I'm literally sleep deprivation, but I'm pushing myself that far because I'm chasing the dream that hard. And that was that moment where I was just like, bro, focus on what matters. Like, yeah, you're gonna get to it, but at what cost?
Everybody thinks like once you get clear and clarity and sobriety, like that's the end of it. It's like, yo,
there's levels to this shit.
There's levels.
That was
to
the
it,
first
man.
year. I'm going on 3 years, bro.
And
so
then,
that was that was not even the first. I was only February, March, April, May, June. I was only maybe 6 months into my sobriety.
I've begun to learn over the last couple of years, like, all right, cool, the sobriety's on point now. My head's on point. Now I'm realizing, yo, the physical isn't on point. I need to get that on point. Rest is a big thing. I can't. As much as I'm chasing my dream and I work, everybody will tell you that, I've learned I can still burn out. Even if I'm not on drugs and alcohol, I can still burn out just from going so much.
But that's why I call it the reset. The reset is the reset. The reset for me is my 4 hours. I get my reset in, and I'm a real athletic person. Like I really take my workout serious. I really take my my process. I have a whole process. Like now, growing in just. Like I said, going through these different elements of just life-changing situations. Personally, when I'm knowing that I'm waking up every day still by the grace of God to even move, I start to put things into perspective. And like I have routines. I got like just a whole different way that I move now. But yeah, man, it's a blessing, bro. Like to be doing what we're doing and be where I'm at right now. Like I don't take nothing for granted. You know what I mean?
So a lot of things we ask people is, now you have clarity, like a lot of things are going good, but we all have our bad days and sometimes we have dark moments. Like, what do you do? What routines do you do, or like what?
One thing is my connection with God is every day that I wake up, I wake up with gratitude. That's my first 30 minutes of the day is just giving gratitude. And that pretty much sets the tone for the day. And then I'm 3 days a week working out on the mountain. I'm really into hiking now. Like I said, I've always worked out, but now I just took it outdoors. So now I got a whole mindset of meditation, prayer, working out. Then that sets the tone for my day pretty much every day. If I'm not working out, I'm still doing the same thing in the morning, but it's, minus the workout. But those are the things that keep me in a balanced mood.
Yeah,
the routine.
Yeah, you gotta have a routine. You gotta write. You
you
gotta write it down too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta see it. You know what I mean?
Like if I wake up in the morning and I don't get my 25 minutes of meditation and journaling in, it's not the same.
No, not at all. I got
books all over.
I got books on books.
Yep.
On books, and you think like I'm writing songs in those? Hell no, those are thoughts. And those are plans, and those are schedules, and those is
manifestations, and
all of it. It's a little bit of everything, but for the most part, it's always a schedule. There's a plan. There's a plan of action. It's a thing to do. My bro tell you, to tell me I'm punctual as shit. Like I'm always pulling up on. You know what I mean? I'm scheduled. Like, and I'm pretty. How I got there. Discipline. You know what I mean? Motivation is. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline never leaves.
That like there's so many things that like because people will look at you and be like, oh man, like he's this mega art, he's this mega producer and stuff like that.
That didn't happen overnight.
Nah, man, and there's so like you said, man, there's layers to it too.
There's levels to this. I tell my wife all the time, that's her thing. It's levels to this.
And so many people want the glory, but don't want to do all the that it takes to actually get there.
Bro, we just talked about a freeway accident. Most people don't even make it back. That alone would have turned people to go back around. They would have went back to the crib. Like, I'm not going to the studio. I just went off the freeway. Yeah. It's a wrap. I'm not doing this. But bro, I got more. That's just one. You know what I mean? We got it's levels to the.
But yo, man, like how many people show up late to things? Like you would think like the discipline of being on time somewhere is something easy. 50% of people don't do that.
But that's because, and that's why their life is where it's at.
You can tell, like, yo, you don't want it.
If you're a late person, that's why your life is late.
You don't want it.
And you're wondering why this ain't happening, why this happens, and why this is always happening. Because you late. You ain't even no point for your own self.
Like if someone's like, yo, show up at 1, I'm there at 12. I'm there at 12.
How you gonna be late for your own self, man?
That's true.
That's
like
the worst. How you gonna let your own self down? And I've done it. I've been like, you've been speaking. Man, I knew I said I wasn't drinking again tonight. I wasn't gonna do this again.
Did someone teach you? Because I like growing up, I never had someone teach me consistency.
I learned all this shit on
punctuality.
My life.
You know what I mean?
Life
like,
taught me.
Yeah, right.
Life taught me.
Like for me, it came late. Way
bro,
later
that shit came in my 40s.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get it up. I just got this shit together.
But like, yo, man, that's so dope that you can say that because there's so many people out there that like
everybody want to be perfect. Nigga,
yeah,
no such thing as perfect.
But it's like everyone thinks they gotta have it together by their 20s and 30s, and it's like, no, man, your 20s you up, 30s you figure it out, 40s is where life actually starts. But people think like, oh, I don't have it in my 30s, I just might as well give up. It's like, no, man, keep going. It don't matter what other people like.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nah, real talk, man. They say in your 20s you earn. In the 20s you learn, and you say in your 20s you learn. In your 30s, you burn. In your 40s, you learn. Oh, no, in your 40s, you earn.
Yeah.
Some shit. In your 20s, you earn, yeah.
I'm pushing 40. I'm actually looking forward to it because I'm like, yo, my is finally moving.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm 42 and like just now.
You look like you're 25.
I'm 47. Just turned 47.
Yeah, man, you look great too. Like, but if you keep that clarity, you keep that hard work, you keep that consistency, that's what keeps you young because you're still chasing your dream.
Oh man,
you're still working on yourself.
Man, every day.
So like, it's just at that point, man, it's just a number.
Every day, yeah. I mean, it's literally just a number. I was watching this lady the other day, man. God bless her, man. 100 years old, still in the gym, still curling, and doing a 3-minute plank.
Damn.
100. Nothing else to talk about. I told my wife ain't to talk about. I don't want nothing else to talk about. It's 100. And she was smiling, makeup on, all that.
It's like, yeah, man, like if they can do it, like it's like there's no excuses.
That's my motto.
No
that's my whole mantra
all.
is no excuses. If anybody that knows me, they know I'm about to live by trust the process and no excuses. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing gonna happen overnight, bro. But you gotta keep going, and you gotta keep going with no excuses.
That's the one thing you can't give up. Like we had Voos on, and he was talking about you can't just whatever you do not give up because you never know. It could be the next day, it could be the day after, but you never know when it's gonna happen for you.
That's the problem. People give up right before it happened, and then they kick themselves in the ass. But it's on you. What we was just talking about before, like you giving up on yourself. You can't be mad at nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't putting in, if you ain't believing,
you don't fail. You quit.
That's right. Like you literally
fail. Quit.
By quitting, it's a guarantee it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right.
I can guarantee you that. You quit if you want to.
Like we said, man, most people don't want to put in the like when it gets hard. That's when you're supposed to put in the work.
But they get scared of the work. You know what I'm saying? And even if what they might call work ain't really working because you got to look yourself in the mirror, bro. And if you letting yourself down, bro, you know what I'm saying? You can lie to everybody else, but you know. You know what I mean?
I think that's what most people are afraid of is looking in the mirror and realizing that like, yo, you're the problem. Like, yo,
That's a harsh reality, bro.
Go to therapy. Realize, like, yo, I f***ed this up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's okay.
Once
and
you
I can
take-
get back to it.
Once you take responsibility for everything, bro, everything, your whole perspective changes.
You talked about like all the really cool shit you've been doing with Akon. You got a lot of amazing tracks that you've done before that. What's one of your favorite tracks that you've ever put together, and who is the artist?
When I produced the Viva Pro Estrella for the FIFA World Cup for the country of Mexico.
That's cool.
Yeah, I did the theme song.
That's cool.
I did the theme song for the country of Mexico for the World Cup, bro, 2018.
That's international.
Yeah, and that was nuts. And originally started off, it was supposed to be Becky G on the record. And because there was an alcohol brand involved with the record with Universal, they ended up replacing her with Patty Cat 2. And then they ended up adding Sophia Reyes to it and Cap G. So it ended up being 3 powerhouses on one record.
Wow.
And
That's dope.
that was pretty awesome to hear my music playing in stadiums and shit. And like I made the beat in North Hollywood. It's pretty dope.
Did you get to go to a lot of the games?
I didn't go to none of that shit.
No, you were so.
I didn't know how big it was gonna be, bro. And and back then I was locked in. I was drinking, I was still drinking, and I had 100 around me, and just all the and this shit. So it wasn't until I started hearing about this, and then I was like, wait, it's what? And it's what? And then another thing, the label was being funny style with that record too. So I didn't know that. I knew it was big, like I said. I just didn't know it was gonna do what it did. Because I didn't really know nothing about soccer like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Soccer's the biggest sport in the world.
And I found out.
Right.
Was taking off work for these kids wasn't going to school.
It's a big deal, bro. I'm not a soccer person either, but I know it's a big deal.
Bruh, this went on for a couple of days. I was like, oh, they had no idea.
It's coming to LA.
Yeah, I mean for that time, yeah, it was a couple of weeks. Yeah, that shit was crazy. They still didn't know I did it. Like people starting to find out now, but that was one of those ones. Like, I had to, fight for the notoriety. You know what I mean? But
How does that feel too? Like being you're literally the guy behind the scenes that no one really talks about, right? Because they see the face, see the person who sings it, right?
Uh-huh.
How does that feel? Like, did you ever have to?
Well, it is what it is. Like, I do this shit for real, bro. So I wasn't never, I'm gonna be who I am regardless. You know what I mean? Like, if you're paying attention, cool. If not, all right. But like I said, the music gonna speak for itself. But your identity is your identity. You know what I mean? So I make it present. I'm making it more present. I've always had my own. Like, I've always just had my own bounce. I've always had my own, you know what I'm saying, individuality. Like, and I've always fought for myself too. Even when I was figuring this out, there was a lot of projects I was involved in that, I wasn't getting the credit for, but, that was a part of the learning. That was a part of the experiences. That was a part of the game. You know what I mean? That got me to where I'm at now. So.
But there's no ego.
No,
There's
no
thing.
ego.
Yeah.
There's no pride.
Right.
There's no bitterness. You know what I mean? A lot of been through. Would have been ready to kill. And I know, and I was there. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't to the point where I was like, I'm about to crash out because I just knew I had a bigger purpose.
And was the ego? Like, that's just. I mean, I feel like that's just something that you never really dealt with. Like, you
No,
just knew,
no. I had it earlier in my career. In my early 20s. It came and it left though. You know what I'm saying? Because I realized how fast this shit could go. How fast this shit could come is how fast it could go. So once you're looking at it from that perspective, it ain't and then it ain't really no need for all that shit. Just enjoy the moment and then keep embracing your craft and keep, trying to be the best. Not even trying. Keep being the best version of yourself and trying to outdo that version every day.
And then it's always like doing something different, right? So like right now you're working on a gospel.
Oh yeah,
That's like different.
I did that. I'm just waiting for that to drop. Yeah,
What was that like?
That was dope, man. Rest in peace to the GOAT, man. Rest in peace to the
I've seen him
dog.
perform live a couple times, and it's like mesmerizing.
Yeah,
like,
no,
man.
man.
Like it's crazy. So like, what was that like? And like, was all these things that he recorded?
Yeah, he had
before
already. He had
passed?
already. When I got brought in on the project, they just obtained all the vocals and all that stuff, and they already had the direction. They just wanted to bring it to life, and that's what a lot of people called me for. So I just came in and the dope thing about it is they played me the the project that they wanted to make a project rather, and they were just, they told me like, what songs did you want to do? And I like listened to all 12, what would it be now, finished records, and I picked the 3 that I wanted to do, and we just went in, and it was dope. I documented the whole shit. It's gonna be in my it's gonna be in my documentary and shit.
When's that coming out?
2020. Oh, actually, end of this year, the first run of it. So it's a 2-part documentary. So the first run of it is Trust the Process, and the second part of it is In the Process We Trust. That's dropping 2027. So the first one's dropping end of this year, and then 2027 we dropping In the Process We Trust.
What's it dropping on? Are you still figuring that out?
Well, me and Con putting it together, so I'm dropping it through Con and Kevin Hart. Yeah, they got a production company.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, they actually got a dope ass documentary about to drop. They've been doing some dope projects together. So they got some good projects in the work too coming out.
That's awesome. Before we get back into Konvict and culture and kind of wrapping this whole episode up, which I always love episodes that just flow like this, because like, again, time has passed quickly, but we don't even feel it.
Man, it's natural, brother.
There's obviously you being a mega producer, and there's a lot of people that look up to you. What advice would you give somebody looking to get to where you are?
Don't give up. Keep showing up. I don't care how hard it gets. If you're able to do this, do it. If you're able to really put your work in, put the work in, and live with no excuses. Just put in that work. It's gonna pan out. I guarantee you that.
Love that. Some good advice.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, not a serious or deep of a question, but what does Press Play listen to when he's not making the music? Like, what is the stuff that you like?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna get in the car? What are you gonna put on?
What do you play?
What the fuck am I listening to right now? I was listening to Blast, actually. I pulled in the car, I pulled in the parking lot, bumping the homie Blast. And I fuck with everybody, bro. Like, good music is good music. If that shit trash,
Across the board? Yeah.
if it's trash, it's trash. I ain't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trash out too. I ain't
What
gonna
were you
lie.
listening to on the way here? Backstreet Boys?
No, it's actually.
Hey, Backstreet is hot.
Thank you.
Don't get fucked up, nigga.
I just
Them
saw
niggas
him.
had some records,
I just
bro.
saw him the other weekend. It was
They
great.
had some records,
We were
bro.
playing it yesterday.
No,
They had some records.
I was actually I was listening to Voos, man. I was listening to
You
Voos on the
listening to
way here, bro. Like, yeah, making it out. That's the one I was.
Hey.
That song.
Keep
you know,
it in the Konvict culture.
Yeah, that song like really it resonated with me because making it out, like I made it out of almost dying, and I had my own struggles. I'm from New Orleans. I worked on Bourbon Street. I had a crazy upbringing. But yeah, like that song, that I was listening to that, and it kind of put me into the right mood. Like, I'm lucky to make it out, and I'll never give up. No matter what happens. Like,
It's crazy that Voos made that song, and it was about his experience, but how many people can then take a song and use it to their experience and relate to it in a way that the artist probably never thought somebody would.
But that's what music is about.
That's what's beautiful about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole purpose is to connect, and how you connect, it could be what we say. It's levels to it.
Yeah.
So, man, that's the beauty of music, man.
That's great.
It's the beauty of music. Bro.
So all the things that you and Con are working on now, what can we expect? Because some of it sounds amazing.
Everything.
Some of it, everything.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Little bit.
Man. Not literally everything, though. For real. Like, I'm blessed, man. I thought I was a beast. Big bro is a beast. Like, I don't know where he gets the energy from. I mean, but I know where he gets. He hits the reset. The reset is crucial. You know what I'm saying? But what can you expect? Some good music, man. Really, really good music. Not only from him. He got some crazy projects dropping. We got the Not Guilty album dropping. He actually is re-releasing his catalog, which is the Convicted album, the Trouble album, and the Freedom album, reproduced by me. 2025 versions of all the new records with new features. Expect that, along with he got another album dropping, Iconic, which is going to be strictly all features. So a country album as well. Damn. He redid.
Everybody going country.
Yeah, it's a lot of sauce going on, man. And then Konvict, of course, we got the Konvict Kulture releases, and that's a crazy roster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and then you guys just merged with Fix now, so you got the Fix and Konvict,
yeah,
so you got Bruce and Colby and everybody, everything AX and
that's
Ty
all
is working
Konvict.
on.
That's
yeah,
all Konvict.
man.
That's all Konvict. You know what I mean? So that's home team right there. So that's all one umbrella.
So obviously with everything you got with Kon, but there's so many other artists in the Konvict culture now, right? So who else have you wrapped up? And like, I know there's so much work going on in that studio 24/7.
Everybody, bro. It's been a blessing. Kon put me to work. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he was like, all right, I'm gonna you know, it's like, you know, you get the position, then you got to prove why you got the position. So I was all for it. You know, I was blessed to be a part of all the amazing artists on the label. But yeah, we've been going crazy, man. Kobe Adonis is about to drop. I produced his entire project, which I'm blessed to be, you know, blessed to even have that, have that accomplishment under my belt. We got Story, did her entire project, you know, another one under my belt. My boy Voos. I got the single coming off of his project, along with some, you know, a substantial amount of production as well on that. We got Sheesh. I did a substantial amount of production on that. We got a Mirror. You know, that's my sister. You know, got the first single dropping off of that. Did pretty much 50% of that project, but it's all in house, man. We blessed, bro. Like I said, everybody's ready to drop. Everybody got some fire music. Can't forget my girl Simeon. I did their entire project. Shit is out of here, man. Just phenomenal bodies of work that are about to really hit the game and tap the ears, man, and really, you know, feed the soul. You know, right now the soul's in need of some good music, and we're here to fill that void. You know what I mean? Konvict Kulture. You know what I mean? Fix CNT for real.
Love it. Can't wait to hear it all, man. There's so much good music to look out for.
I know.
Oh man, yeah, no, summer's ours. You heard
Can't wait, baby.
Let's go.
Can't wait. All the rest of 2025. Yeah, you guys are coming in hot, bro.
Yeah.
2025, 2026, 2027. Can't wait.
He's ready to get back in the studio, though.
Oh,
He's
man,
ready to go.
Ready to light a blunt up at this studio.
Yeah, man, it's always great coming and kicking with you guys in the studio. Like, it's always nothing but love, and it's great energy, great vibes, always great music playing. Like,
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all having me, man.
I always appreciate that. I always appreciate Eggs letting me come
No,
through.
my brother
with all
X,
you
you already know what it is,
Yeah,
man.
man.
He hit me, I was like, all right, let me slide.
Yeah, man, with Press, but we really appreciate you coming through, man. It's been a
No
great
doubt.
conversation, great
Appreciate
interview.
you,
Like,
man.
yo, we thank you so much. We
Appreciate
can't
you,
wait to
man.
hear all the new stuff coming out.
Yeah, man.
Thank you all for checking out the Chaos with mega producer Press Play.
Yes, sir.
This is Danny J. Gomez.
Yes, that's me.
And I'm Mikey Tableman. We'll catch you next time on the Chaos. Peace.